Hi there, first grade. This is Miss Perry. I'm going to be sharing day 13 slides with you today. Remember, your first grade office hours are 9:15 to 10:15 and 1:15 to 2:15. So if you need any help with any of the days of the packet, that's the time you need to show up to your teacher's Zoom. Day 13. All the links to all of the videos will be in the description box of this video below in YouTube and in your Class Dojo message. So if you can't find them on the YouTube video for whatever reason, your teacher will also put them in your dojo message. For math, remember, if you need help, please join your teacher during office hours. Your activity 1, you're going to cut out the paper clips for day 13 in your packet. These can be found on page 7. You're going to use the paper clips to complete the solve and share task for day 13. This is on page 6 of your packet. Now, when you cut out your paper clips, if you have not done this yet, it's best to cut them out in strips. So if you cut the whole strip out at once, it will be easier to use instead of cutting out each paper clip one at a time. Because when you measure something, the ends of what you're measuring need to line up. So whatever you're using, so we're using paper clips, the ends need to line up. I'll show you a little more on our next slide. This is what your packet page should look like. That is your day 13, solve and share, and the 2 problems you're going to need to be doing. When you use the paper clips to measure an object, you want them to line up touching each other. You do not want them to be over each other, and you do not want space in between them. Over here on this side, we measure a pencil. This pencil is 2 paper clips long. So I have the end of the paper clip lined up with the end of the pencil, and I laid down my strip of paper clips that I did not cut apart. Remember, if you already have, that's okay. You just need to make sure the ends line up. The second paper clip lines up with the end of the pencil. That means that this pencil is 2 paper clips long. Remember, this is the correct way to measure. The paper clips are right next to each other. Now, if you look in my black box over here, I show you 2 ways that I do not want you to measure this pencil or anything else. So do you see this first pencil? It has a space between 2 paper clips. Oh no, you're not measuring. If you were to ever use a ruler, your ruler isn't in 2 pieces. So your paper clips need to not be in 2 pieces. So remember, no spaces between your paper clips. Also on my second pencil, you cannot overlap them. No paper clips on top of each other. Not at all. That's not going to get you the correct answer. That's just like throwing a bunch of paper clips next to what you're measuring. That will not be accurate. So remember, you need to line them up so the ends are touching. If you cut them out in the strips, the ends will already be touching for you. Your optional math activity is that you're going to click on the link in the description box for math. You're going to watch the video. After the video, you're going to decide if you measured the pencil correctly during the solve and share. You're going to explain how you know in your composition notebook. You need to remember to please save your paper clips. You will be using them for the next few days. After you do your solve and share, you have 2 additional math problems to do on that same page. Reading. This optional link is a really, really awesome link to a video to watch. So it's our module video for day 13. This link will lead you to every video for the packet. Make sure you click on day 13. You're going to listen to the story, Mongo's Migration, which is on page 13 of your packet. The video reads the story to you, so you can follow along with your copy as you watch the video, which is really cool. So it's a very good idea to be able to listen and read. Remember, if you need to listen to the story more than once, that is okay. After reading the story, you're going to think and talk about Mongo's problem and why he had trouble solving it at first. Then you're going to think and talk about how he changed his behavior to finally solve his problem. So after you're done with your thinking, you can talk to an adult in your home about the story. Then you have 2 questions to answer. What happened to Mongo and why is this a problem? I have given you sentence starters. The green blank is where your answer will go. Please start your sentences with our sentence starters. I expect you to have complete sentences because you're an awesome first grader. It says, in the story, Mongo blank. So what happened? This is a problem because why is it a problem? You're answering those 2 parts. Then question 2 says, who helps Mongo? How does this solve his problem? The sentence starter is the character who helps Mongo is, remember the green blank is where you're going to continue the sentence. This helps Mongo solve his problem by blank. Remember the green blank is where you're going to add in your thoughts about what happens and how the problem is solved. In your packet, above these questions, there's also a space to draw a picture. This is all done on page 14 in your packet. Please make sure you draw a picture. I love seeing all of your artwork that relates to a story. I can't wait to see this work. Now you have your word work. Remember, there is an optional word work video for day 13. The link will be below. It will also be in your dojo message. It really does a great job of teaching the new skill. And what's really great about these videos is that you can pause them, play them again, stop it to try an activity, start it again, really anything. So the activity you're doing for day 13 is one that you are already familiar with. You're going to play Kaboom. You're going to write 10 cycle 18 words on tiny slips of paper. I'm going to put these words on the next slide so you can pause it and pick 10. These words are also on page 20 of your packet. Don't forget, you also need to write the word kaboom on one of your tiny slips of paper. Put all of your slips in a cup. Pull the slips out one by one and read them aloud. If you get the word kaboom, yell it and start all over. You could even play with some family members. Here are your cycle 18 words. We have bake, bakes, baking, baked, diving, smiles, smiling, smiled, became, baseline, campsite, cupcakes, female, homemade, inside. Those are the words I would like you to use for Kaboom. If you would like to use all of them, that would be super cool too. Feel free, but you only have to pick 10 words. I've included the sight words if you want to add those in as extra. You have to pick 10 of the words from the top, but you can also add in your 4 sight words: time, watch, ago, long. Finally, for social studies, your topic is going to be about spending money. People buy what they need, such as food and medicine, and they also buy things they want, like toys and treats. Using your notebook, your composition notebook, you're going to draw a tree map. One side of your tree map will be labeled things I can buy now. The other side will be labeled things I would need to save for. I'm giving you an example on the next slide. There is another resource for budgeting, which is also a very cool video to watch. Here is the example for social studies spending money tree map. You can even take what I've already done to copy into your notebook to get you started. So I have over here things I can buy now. I know I can buy bubble gum. I don't need to save up for bubble gum. The things I would need to save for would be like a Nintendo Switch. I know we're all fans of that, but I cannot buy that right now. I need to save my money. Last but not least is your specials. I know that this is kind of blurry and hard to read, but this is also in your packet, so you can read it there. Remember, choose at least one. You can do more than one. Your choice. If you have any questions, remember your teacher's office hours are from 9:15 to 10:15 and 1:15 to 2:15. Please ask them any questions. They're happy to help. I'm so glad I got to give first grade the day 13 video. I wonder who's going to do day 14.